This is Optimal Health Daily, episode 951. Small Nutritional Upgrades for Big Results by Krista O'Reilly-Davi-Dagui of alifeinprogress.ca. And I'm Dr. Neil, your host and narrator. Happy Monday and welcome back to another week of Optimal Health Daily. This is where I read to you from some of the best health and fitness blogs on the web, kind of like an ongoing audiobook. Now we have 5 shows where we narrate blogs for you, covering a bunch of different topics. Check them all out by searching for Optimal Living Daily wherever you're hearing this. And I'm super excited to read to you today's post, so let's get right to it as we optimize your life. Small Nutritional Upgrades for Big Results by Krista O'Reilly-Davi-Dagui of alifeinprogress.ca. Baby steps count. It's so easy to feel overwhelmed when wanting to make a change in life, whether the goal is to clean up the family's diet, or to institute a budget, or to move toward more gentle parenting, or to become more organized. At the same time, it's easy to overlook the transformative power of baby steps with consistency, day after day, month after month, until we look back and stand amazed at just how far we have come. Let's say that your goal is to improve the nutritional quality of the food you provide to your family. Generally speaking, I would start by upgrading those foods or products which are used on a regular basis, since this will potentially offer the greatest health reward. However, you do not need to mess with your husband's or child's favorite foods at the outset if there is resistance. Your relationship with your teenager is far more important than whether or not he or she eats store-bought ranch dressing. The following are a handful of suggestions for easy nutritional upgrades, along with some recipes to get you started. Rev up your morning coffee and creamer. In love with your morning cup of brew? Me too. But step away from that Starbucks or instant coffee and instead invest in a delicious, organic, and hopefully fair trade bean to grind and prepare at home. Not only will you most likely save money, but you will reduce your daily exposure to pesticides, and the taste upgrade will surely boost your happy quotient. Upgrade further by ditching some of those not-so-great creamers, and instead consider buying creamers in BPA-free cans or by making homemade cashew creamer. If you're currently using refined white sugar to sweeten up your cup of coffee, you could consider slowly decreasing the amount of sugar you use. Bonus tip: add some ground Ceylon cinnamon to your coffee grinds. Cinnamon adds a natural hint of sweetness, but also may help stabilize blood sugar. Chuck your kids' breakfast cereal. Teachers will thank you for not sending your child to them hopped up on all the sugar and food dyes present in so many kids' cereals on the market. A homemade batch of granola is incredibly easy to make and contains healthy fats and protein for more energy and possibly better concentration throughout the morning. Breakfast burritos, overnight oats topped with frozen berries, or homemade breakfast cookies with a side of fruit are other easy upgraded breakfast ideas to consider. Swap out your family's sandwich bread. If your family eats a lot of sandwiches, this could be a great starting point. You can make your own bread at home with ancient grains if you're so inclined, but there are also decent brands on the market to save you time. Silver Hills offers organic sprouted bread and buns, and Ezekiel Bread makes organic and sprouted English muffins, wraps, and bread. Both of these brands are fairly easy to find these days and taste great. If you're going gluten-free, Costco sells a half-decent little loaf that's gluten, dairy, nut, and soy-free, and it's from the Essential Baking Company. Modify your kids' snacks. Kids really do not need to eat sugary or processed treats every day. In fact, the definition of a treat is an event or item that is out of the ordinary and gives great pleasure. Out of the ordinary does not mean every day or even every week. When teens are working, they may choose to spend some of their own money on unhealthy foods, but otherwise, mom and dad control what comes into the home. An automatic upgrade would be to prepare homemade swaps for lunchbox snacks, thereby eliminating preservatives, food dyes, added sodium, refined sugars, etc. Fruits and vegetables, homemade smoothies in a thermos or jar, organic popcorn, drizzled with a little bit of honey or nut or seed butter, no-bake energy bites, hard-boiled eggs with sea salt, or grain-free pumpkin muffins are all nutrient-dense snacks. If a meltdown ensues, Perhaps you offer Kind bars or a homemade trail mix for your teen's locker to nix an afternoon fix at the vending machine or concession. A few pieces of organic dark chocolate for yourself to replace your afternoon Snickers bar or sugar-laden drink. Or plantain chips for your husband in lieu of his store-bought cookie habit. You start where you can. Increase the veggie component of supper. Most Americans are not eating enough veggies. One of the best nutritional upgrades we could make is to simply eat more produce. Why not aim to provide a few servings of veggies with each and every supper? A big salad or tray of roasted root vegetables can help achieve this. Soups and crock-pot stews are other easy meals that can include a load of veggies. Prepare big enough batches to last 2 to 3 days to cut down on your work. Serve veggies in the half hour before you sit down to eat if everyone is starving and looking for snacks. Another upgrade would be to buy more organic produce. Use the Dirty Dozen and Clean 15 lists to help you prioritize when it is most important to choose organic. Consider growing even small amounts of your own produce, or checking out a local farmer's market, or joining a local CSA. That's where you pay a fixed amount at the start of the season and receive a box of local veggies each week during the growing season. You can whip up a batch of homemade dressing for yourself, like balsamic vinaigrettes, which are fairly easy, and they can last up to a month in the fridge. If you already have these upgrades underway, next steps might include upgrading your water by investing in a quality water filter that removes chlorine, fluoride, trace pharmaceuticals, etc. You could make batches of bone broth to freeze. You could source good quality local animal products or hook up with an organic food co-op for some of your staples. Just keep in mind that the goal is progress, not perfection. You just listened to the post titled Small Nutritional Upgrades for Big Results by Krista O'Reilly-Davi-Duggy of alifeinprogress.ca. And I'm sure you know, you need a healthy mind and body for optimal health. Stress and anxiety can take a heavy toll on you. It affects your quality of sleep, which then negatively affects your energy levels during your workdays. BetterHelp Online Counseling offers you a convenient, safe, and private online setting to get help. Their network of 3,000 U.S. licensed therapists are available worldwide and specialize in areas like stress, depression, anxiety, sleep, and more. Plus, you can schedule sessions at your own time and pace. 4 communication modes, including text, chat, video, and phone, allow you to communicate with your counselor in the way you like best. And you can request a new counselor at no additional charge if you're not fully satisfied. Start communicating with your therapist in less than 24 hours. Financial aid is available for those who qualify, and best of all, it's a truly affordable option. Optimal Health Daily listeners get 10% off your first month with discount code OHD. So why not get started today? Go to betterhelp.com/OHD. Simply fill out a questionnaire to help them assess your needs and get matched with a counselor you'll love. That's betterhelp.com/OHD. Dr. Neil here for my commentary. It truly is all about progress, not perfection. I just read to you a bunch of different ideas that you could implement. Some of them are going to sound very realistic to you, others not so much. You may have felt overwhelmed by all of this information, but the key is to just pick one and start with that. One of those recommendations that I just read to you probably jumped out at you and you said, "Oh, I like that one." That's the one to start with then. No joke, I actually just bought myself a coffee grinder so I can grind my own coffee beans at home. And so when I was reading that section to you, I almost laughed out loud because I recently did exactly that. And when I purchase my coffee beans, I do look for fair trade, certified organic, rainforest friendly, and I might just be convincing myself of this, but the coffee does seem to taste a lot better. And what's amazing is when you switch out just one thing like I did, you become motivated to do more. So after you make just one upgrade, what you'll find is it gives you a little bit of momentum, and then you might come back to this list and go, "Hey, I'm ready to try another." And then if that goes well, you'll come back to the list and try another. And before you know it, just like Krista mentioned, you're going to look back and go, "Wow, I've come a long way." All right, that'll do it for the Monday episode. I hope you have a wonderful start to your week, and I'll be back here tomorrow as usual where your optimal life awaits.